on News Talk ZB.
Danica Weeks, whose husband, a former Christchurch resident, Paul Weeks, was on board flight MH370 when it vanished, has rejected an offer of compensation from Malaysia Airlines. The mother of two says the airline offered the money on the condition that families of missing passengers completed a detailed questionnaire. Danica Weeks joins me from Perth, and good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for your time this morning. My first question is, how did you reach your decision to reject compensation in the first place?
Look, it was all about, it's taken so much from us so far, and it was just a personal decision that I just refused to give them any more. I mean, it was a detailed questionnaire about our lives, and I just said to them, look, if you could give this to me with, no strings attached, because it was purely an information gathering exercise on their behalf, just to obviously get information about us and pass it on to their insurance company. And I didn't feel right about that. And this isn't, whilst, yes, the money will help us financially, look, we're in this emotional roller coaster it's horrendous, and it's not going to help us out of that. What we really need them to do for us is to tell us what they've been doing for the last 7 months and just give us some information on what they've concluded. And that will help us more if we know that they're actually doing their utmost to try and find them, because we just sit here with their silence, and none of us deserve that.
It seems to me that every time we get some bit of information as to what may have happened to that flight that your husband was on, that is always conflicted by the Malaysian government, or it's always decided that wasn't the case. In your view, what is the best case scenario that you believe now? I mean, we've got the Emirates chief executive questioning the official conclusion. What do you see in this?
Yes, look, at the moment there's been so many theories about it, and after so long, you become very numb about what actually happened. So, look, at the moment, I just want to know, I want some solid information on what happened, and this is why we want to know what's going on in the investigation. And Tim Clark coming out, I mean, that was great, because, he's a man in the know, and he's a voice, and he's voiced all our concerns. How can you lose a plane? So, look, I don't have really any theory on what happened, but I would like to know what's been going on behind the scenes. So what have we actually, as you say, the Malaysians contradict every piece of information that comes out, but they haven't put forward any of their own information about what happened or what they've concluded. So I just find it ridiculous that they can just stamp on all this information coming out. I mean, the perfect example was Ewan Wilson and Jeff Taylor, the New Zealanders that wrote the book. Now, look, at least they did some research, and we received an email from Malaysian Airlines putting them down, saying that they're not part of the investigation, and they're fraudsters and blah blah blah. And we take it very personal, any attacks on our national icon, but at least they're out doing something. I mean, at least they're out researching something, because Malaysian Airlines have put nothing forward of their own. So you can't just run around putting down people everywhere saying that, they don't know what happened if you're not going to put forward what you know thus far.
Danica, are you getting more information thus far from Malaysian Airlines or Malaysian government, or neither?
Neither. The only information I am getting, as I said, that was the last communication from Malaysian Airlines, was a 2-page putting down news portals for putting out false stories. Prior to that, they have been keeping in regular contact with me, but it's just from the search. So it's everything that's coming out of Australia and what Australia are doing in finding this plane. So Australia, I commend them. They are doing everything in their power based on what the investigators have told them, and are doing everything in their power to find this plane, but which we need to for not only the families but the aviation industry and everyone that flies, because we still don't know what happened to it. But when it comes to the investigation from Malaysia and Malaysian Airlines and the Malaysian government, we get nothing. I've met with them. I've asked them a simple question. And it was a simple question of, we want an update on it was actually 6 months when I met with them, what they've been doing behind the scenes. What have they investigated? What have they concluded thus far? Have we had anything? No. And look, legally they may not have to do that yet until they find the plane, but morally, my life is destroyed. I'm coping with, 2 children. I've had to quit my job. I think of MH370 24/7. I just want my husband home. I want to know where he is. And the people that are working on this are giving us nothing. Just nothing. Their silence is just, it's horrible. It makes us so worse.
Danica, do you believe the Malaysian government has in fact provided all the information to families about what it knows in relation to the disappearance, or do you firmly believe they're withholding information to the public, to the media, and most importantly, you, the families?
When I met with them, I got the feeling they either don't know or they're not telling me. So it was a 50-50 on that. Now, as they asked me, they said people think, we're conspiring, we're hiding information. I said, well, if you keep quiet, it's human nature that people are going to think that you're hiding something. So in order to negate that, you need to be transparent. Even if you don't know, you need to come out and tell us you do not know. It's that simple. If you don't know, we can accept that and go, okay, well, you don't know. But obviously we're going to ask, how do you not know? But at least come out and say you don't know. Don't sit there silent, because that will just make you think you're hiding something. So to be honest, I don't have a answer on that one. I'm 50-50. They either really don't know or they're hiding something. How do we know? Because they've told us nothing.
Danica, this is aviation's, I suppose, greatest mystery, and your husband is involved in this. Do you think this will continue to be aviation's greatest mystery if the Malaysian government continues to be silent on what happened to that plane?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And as a family member, I don't think I can handle that. And that's where we're all at. This is 7 months on, has been, it is the biggest aviation mystery, but it's the biggest, effect on our lives, on my life, on my children's life. We need to know where our loved ones are, and we're never going to give up finding where they are. And so it could, if they continue, and look, I'm going to continue to just pressure them and ask questions and keep on them, and just to find out where he is. Look, I just want to bring him home to us, and so yeah, I hope it's not. I hope they do come out and talk, because that will release us, and find this plane, continue to find this plane and bring our Paulie home, because that will release us from this emotional nightmare. I mean, nightmare isn't even a big enough word for it. It's just unimaginable. It's horrid. It's horrible place to be.
So, Danica, there are conflicting reports that the Malaysian government has hired various ships to look off the coast of Western Australia. What do you know of this? Where are we actually at with the official search? And in your view, from what you know, who is now leading this?
Yeah, look, I'm not, unfortunately I'm not au fait with how many ships they have up there. They're quite long reports with all the ships. But I do believe they were having one that was going out there that had a bit of a problem and then went back. But I think it's since gone out. I could be wrong. But, yeah, look, I think that's down to the Australians. I mean, the Australians are very proactive in the search, and I hope that they would, sort of push the Malaysians to be involved in this and really, make sure they're behind it all the way. And I believe the JAC, they're really a good unit. So, look, I think that, if it is out there and they're being led along the right path, then, I have no, qualms about what they're doing in the search. I just hope they've got the Malaysians involved, because they should be.
Danica, how do you live your day by day, as you were saying, just not knowing what happened to your husband in his final hours? And not just that, but almost getting what feels to me being stonewalled. How do you cope? You've got 2 young kids.
Coping, I don't know if I'm coping, I'm just existing really. You just wake up every morning and I ask myself, we've got our beautiful wedding photos here on the wall, and I'm just like, Paulie, where are you? How did this happen? You ask every day, where is he? And I wake up straight in the morning and search MH370 for any news on it, because I get all my news from the media about what's going on. And so, we've got 2 beautiful boys, and I just am so blessed that Paulie has given me that gift, and they are my number one priority. So I just get up every day and I try and make life as happy as possible for them, because I don't want this to, affect them. I mean, it's destroyed my life, and, I will never be the same, but for them, it's not fair. So, I just get up and I try to have as much fun with the boys, and, they're a good distraction. So I'm very blessed to have them.
How are your boys coping without their father?
Oh, Lincoln's very emotional. He's 4 years old, and he quite often cries that he misses Dad and wants Daddy back. And I just have to comfort him. I mean, it's heartbreaking for me. And it just, this whole journey gets worse as time goes on, because I lose, I'm losing strength. So he's not coping with it well. Jack's only 18 months, so he's very, he's oblivious to what's going on, but he is his dad's splitting image, which is a wonderful thing. His dad's splitting image with my temper. But so he keeps us laughing, and he gets Lincoln out of it as well. He's a lot of fun. So, look, Lincoln's, at least he's got me. So I just have to try and be there for him when he needs me and help him through this.
Well, Danica Weeks, you're a strong woman, despite the fact I guess you would probably say you're not, but you are. I appreciate you talking to News Talk to be here in Christchurch today, and much love to you and your family from New Zealand. And I hope you will remain confident, and we will too remain confident, that the truth will eventually be revealed.
Yes, thank you very much. And can I just say to all my friends, all our friends in Christchurch, thank you very much for all your messages and calls. All my friends there, close friends, have really kept in contact and helped me through this, and I thank them all for that, because that's what gets me through too, is all these lovely messages and people's words of support and phone calls, and I love them all. So thank you so much for your time.
My best wishes to you. You take care.
Thank you.